Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? Well, I've had a rather eventful day. I got up this morning and I was going to mow my yard. Well, I got started. Well, I actually didn't get started right away, but I had issues with my lawnmower, and I tried to crank it. I've taken a whole bunch of ibuprofen. My right shoulder gives me issues from too much baseball when I was younger, and I was pulling the ripcord. Well, my lawnmower wouldn't start, and I took it to the small engine repair place that's right down the street from me, and they had a backlog of over a month. You couldn't look at it in more than a month. And I could leave it or I could bring it back home. So, so I kept doing everything I could think of to try to get the thing to work. And then I thought about, what's it going to hurt? Let me look on YouTube. Looked on YouTube, and there was this video about my lawnmower. Got it from Lowe's about 8 years ago, I think, something like that. And so I'm looking at this video, and it's 6 things to check if your lawnmower doesn't start. And the very first thing to check was the spark plug. Well, I took the spark plug out and I cleaned it, and made sure that the distance was right and all that kind of stuff. And so anyway, $3, a new spark plug. I was able to mow my yard. I was able to do the weeding in my yard. My hands, I don't know if you can see, there's just a little bit of a scab that's left here on, this was the finger that was burnt really bad. And my hands are doing really, really well. I was wearing gloves at one point, and then I started having issues. I've got some blisters that still haven't popped, or they look like they were dried out. Well, they started swelling back up again because I was sweating. So anyways, I popped one on this finger, but I mean, I think my hands look pretty remarkable, and I'm actually able to bend my finger where I wasn't able to do that at all. The swelling is almost gone, and I should be able to start playing guitar again here, probably the next couple of weeks. I don't have any calluses. I do have, I've noticed, I think I'm getting fingerprints back. So, everything's looking up. But anyway, that was my day. Before I do our devotion this evening, a couple of things I just want to make sure that you're aware of. The first, we're doing something that we're calling the COVID-19 check-in. And what we're going to do is get everybody to send in pictures from your time in self-quarantine or self-isolation, whichever you want to call it. And preferably, these are going to be pictures that you've taken during the time that you've been in isolation. And we're going to make a video that will be the intro to the service on Sunday. So, if you take those pictures, email them to brian@vineyardbrenham.org. That's Brian Marshall. And he and I are working on the tech for all these services that we've been doing. So, so he's going to work on a video that will be our intro for Sunday. So email your pictures to brian@vineyardbrenham.org. And the second thing, and actually I probably should have led with this, you may have heard that Texas is going to begin reopening this Friday, and some of the things that are going to be opening are restaurants and movie theaters. I can't wait to go to a restaurant and have dine-in food and get to go see a movie. Well, as far as churches, and there's a whole document. I sent this in an email that I sent out this past weekend. Churches are not being restricted in terms of reopening. However, there's a whole list of criteria that you need to consider in order to allow an in-person service. And several of those things involve anyone that's over 65 years of age. They're advising them not to go to the in-person service, but to stay at home. Also, someone that has a compromised immune system or that has pre-existing conditions, they should stay at home. And they're also advising that we not do children's ministry. Well, if you add up all that in our church, that leaves very few people who could actually attend an in-person service. So we're going to continue to monitor this, and as we move forward, when it's safe for us to assemble again together, we'll definitely let you know. I'm hoping that we'll be able to do it before we get into the summer months, like some point in June possibly. But you know, that's me. I'm an optimist, and I'm always looking for, you know, the next opportunity, and we might have to wait until we do that. We're still trying to make sure we stay connected. We're calling everybody. Our staff is calling everybody, making sure we're staying connected. And we're also we're experimenting with ways to make our online services more interactive. So we want to make sure that we stay connected, and we're looking forward to getting back together. And believe me, when we get back together, we're going to have a monster potluck, and we're going to give everybody an opportunity to share about your time in self-isolation and quarantine. So anyway, so we'll be meeting online this Sunday and for the foreseeable future. And if that changes, we'll definitely let everybody know. So final thing before the devotion, we had our prayer caravan on Sunday. I think there were, and I didn't count, and I need to go back and look at the videos, but I want to say that there were 8 cars of people who were participating in looping the town. And we decided, we made the first loop in like 15 minutes. And Vern actually clocked the mileage. It's 12 miles around the loop around Brenham. So we ended up doing 3 loops for Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And I thought it was pretty awesome. We have posts on our Facebook group of people who took pictures and videos. You know, got a wonderful picture of Luke, or actually it's a video of Luke Blesinger saying a sweet little prayer. But want to do that again this Sunday. So this Sunday at 3 p.m. we'll meet at the church. You don't have to get out of your car. And we're going to work on a way where we can maybe be on the phone together. It's a little tricky because, you know, we don't want to do anything where you're, you know, texting and driving. But if you have someone in the car with you, you can stay on, and we can we can pray together. We can, you know, somebody's listening to worship songs or whatever. Just do something where we stay connected while we're driving. So we'll be working on that this week to try to make that a little bit better. So anyway, just remember those things. We're not meeting this Sunday. We're doing the COVID-19 check-in. Send your pictures to Brian at vineyardbrenham.org, and the prayer caravan Sunday at 3 p.m. Okay? Now, 50 Forgotten Days. Today is day 15. we're about a third of the way through the 50 days. And I hope you're liking this book. I've been watching the series, The Chosen. If you haven't heard of The Chosen, just Google it, and you can go out and watch some of the episodes on YouTube. It involves downloading a video, or excuse me, not a video, an app, and you can watch the entire first series, I believe, from your phone. And I've been watching that, and gosh, it's just really bringing the Bible to life. So anyway, but I'm really enjoying doing this, and I hope that it's being a blessing to everybody. So anyway, you get down to it. Day 15, scars without pain. The body of the risen Jesus exerts dominion over sickness and death, yet it also bears the scars of its earlier existence. The Father raised the body of Jesus to life, but chose to leave the scars of crucifixion in place. It tells me that we will carry the memories of our suffering from the past into our resurrected life, but the pain will be gone. In fact, the scars will become part of our testimony to the greatness of God. There's hope for every suffering person. Their pain can become the fuel to burn with testimony for Jesus. He despised the shame associated with the cross, but not the pain or the scars. The wounds have no more power. They are a reminder, but not a hindrance. Ask yourself, what part of my past is still a hindrance to me? Live into it. If I've gained victory over some of my past sins, perhaps this is a starting place for ministry, showing others the way to freedom. I hope you'll take some time with that this evening, tonight. Actually, it's about 10:30. Never intended it to be this late, but I hope that you're following along, or hopefully you've had an opportunity to purchase the book. I think this book is just phenomenal, and so anyway, God bless you. Thank you for joining me tonight. And now may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord cause his face to shine upon you and give you peace. God bless you and have a good night.